Hey guys, it's Becky. I am back with another process video. Today I am using the Click Kits August 2015 kit that I had purchased on Black Friday along with several other kits, but I'm using the August one, and it is heavily citrus bliss. Now, I'm going to have to go ahead and apologize for the pictures up front. The pictures are not that great, and I would like to retake them. But when I was outside taking the pictures, I spilled a drink on them. And all my colors, because I had inked edges, and I had colored some other items on here, and they all ran. I don't know how I'm going to fix this, or if I can fix this, but this is what it looked like before I ruined it. This process video is going to be what it looked like before I ruined it. I might just put it on another piece of cardstock and see how it goes. This was supposed to be sent to my niece Brandis because this is her 14-week belly from being pregnant, and there's no way I'm sending her this. It's a mess. Now, before I would have sent it to her. So here I was just cutting down all these strips of papers and blocks of papers from the Citrus Bliss. I am scraplifting a page that I did last month because I did not do a video on it, and I loved the design. It was very simple, but when I had done it last month, I did it in the car, so there was not a video on it, and I wanted to do it again because I just really loved it. So here I am, I'm still trimming down the papers. I am going to ink all the edges. It seems like I went back and forth on these because I watched the video and it looked like that one, the ink that's sitting right there is a Prima Chalk ink in Old Rose, but later I start using a Prima Chalk ink in Vintage Pink. I think they were both sitting on my desk at the time and I was getting them confused. So there's two different pinks, but they pretty much look the same. So I'm going to go ahead and start sticking down these strips. This layout is basically just a bunch of strips and banners. It's cute though. I love it. I love this layout. I'm so mad that I spilled on it. I'm so upset. Just because I don't have any more of these exact papers, and it just looked so cute. So there I am cutting a banner out of that yellow flowered paper, which I've been really into yellow lately. And I'm going to ink the edges, and the ink I used right there was Old Rose. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick that down. I think all of that side should be stuck down except for that square. Now on this layout, I used some more of the letter or word phrases. I used it today from the Amy Tan, and then I used a Precious from Glitz Designs. The Glitz Design one was glittered, and then the Today was one of the ones that was kind of that craft color. And on both of those, I gessoed them and turned them a different color. I've been really into doing that lately. Before, maybe a year ago, if I had gotten a glittered sticker or some sticker I did not care for the color, I just wouldn't use it. And it wasn't until the past few months that I was like, why can't I just paint them or whatever? And that's what I've been doing. I tried it and it worked, and I'm like, yay, score. So here I am, I'm matting this photo, and I'm just going to put a bunch of different scrap papers underneath there. I cut most of this out because I did spend a lot of time doing this. I'm indecisive as it is, and when you start working with layers in this way, for me anyways, I get even more indecisive. So I do cut most of this out, otherwise this video might be an hour long. So there you go, it's done. Here are those Glitz Design stickers. I used one that says Precious, and here are the Amy Tangerine ones. I used one that says Today. I used that Old Rose to color the Today, and the Precious I used the Tim Holtz Distressed ink in, it's called Spiced Marmalade. I don't have it in front of me, something marmalade. And that is one, I also inked some of the flowers in that Spiced Marmalade, and I did some of the flowers with the Prima chalking, but the flowers that I did in the marmalade and also the word precious are the items that really ran. In fact, I'm looking at this. Those are the only colors that ran when I spilt on it. So none of that chalking runs. I did not realize that. Now I know. The chalking does not run when it gets wet, but obviously everybody knows the distressed ink does. So that circle I had put down there says "You're my sunshine," and the other two half circles are circles from the pattern paper I punched out with a 2-inch punch and cut them in half. These are Le's Studio. I always say L Studio, and I've been corrected more than once that it's Le's, not L's. And I put down 14 weeks because that's how pregnant she is. And then I used some more of the half circles around the page, or around that photo. I put one on the bottom, one on this, and then one on either side, and one on the top of the half circles. Right there is where I pulled out those flowers that I had also colored. I'm sorry if you can hear the background. I'm in my craft room, but I left my door open and I can hear the TV very loud. Hopefully you can't hear that as well. That label right there, I put a clear acetate piece on there that says "That's so fancy," and I stapled it. So here I am going around the page trying to ink some edges that I had forgotten, because that's how I always do. I forgot to ink the edges of all of the half circles, so I'm going to go around the page and do that. I'm going to also pull out some of the embellishments that came with the August 2015 click kits. I believe it is called Ambrosia. These puffy stickers came with it. Right there I'm putting down "Life is Good." That does go away. I wanted to cut that out, but I did some things between putting it down and taking it back up. I am going to use some butterfly puffy stickers. The sticker I just put down right there was actually an acetate sticker, and I do go back and color that staple with a gold Signo pen. There's a puffy sticker I put on the picture that says "Love This," and here is where I'm taking that "Life is Good" off. It was just not great. The reason the title's down at the bottom is I don't know if you saw where I was inking the edges. I had dropped the ink. It landed right down there at the bottom, and that's how it was decided where my title was going to be. On my previous layout, the title was up at the top, but on this layout I messed up, so I had to compensate for that. So I pulled out these flower wood veneers. I put 2 at the bottom right, 2 under the picture, and 2 above the picture. I also, if you can see right there, I put down some puffy butterflies. One is by that label that says "That's so fancy," and there's another one by the gold label where I end up putting my date. Right there you can see where it says "is." I used those little tiny letter stamps that are like wooden pegs that you can get from Michael's for $1, and that's what I had stamped that with. And then I had scattered around some gold sequins, and that is all I do to this layout. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.